Hello everyone. Today's subject is physics and topic is motion in a straight line. In this lecture, we'll cover the key points that are those are introduction to motion, path length, also called as distance and displacement. The subject physics is divided into several branches. One of them is mechanics. मैकेनिक्स मीन्स किसी ऑब्जेक्ट की जो पोजीशन के बारे में हम जो स्टडी करते हैं उसे बोलते हैं मैकेनिक्स. इट इज द स्टडी ऑफ दैट ऑब्जेक्ट एलोंग विथ द पोजीशन. एंड मैकेनिक्स इज डिवाइडेड इनटू थ्री सब पार्ट्स दैट आर स्टैटिक्स, डायनामिक्स एंड काइनेमेटिक्स. Statics means it is the study of that object when the object is at rest. अगर कोई ऑब्जेक्ट रेस्ट में हो तो उसके बारे में जो स्टडी करते हैं उसे बोलते हैं स्टैटिक्स. डायनामिक्स मीन्स इट इज द स्टडी ऑफ दैट ऑब्जेक्ट when the object is in motion by knowing its cause. By knowing the cause of motion. Kinematics. It is the study of that object when the object is in motion without knowing its cause. Clear? Again, motion are several types. Motion is several types. For example, rectilinear motion, circular motion, oscillatory motion, projectile motion, etc. Rectilinear motion. Rectilinear motion means if the object is in a straight line. For example, the car moving on a road. Circular motion means if the object is in a circular path or the object moves in a circular path, that type of motion is called as a circular motion. For example, the hands of the clock or the blades of a fan moves in a circular path. Oscillatory motion. Oscillatory motion means if the object oscillates with respect to time. For example, simple pendulum, the motion of the simple pendulum, also the motion of a ball in a clock. Next is projectile motion. Projectile motion means if the object makes a projected path during its motion, then that type of motion of the object is called as projectile motion. For example, when you throw a stone, it rises up to a height and then again come back to the ground. So here the stone makes a projectile path and that type of motion is called as projectile motion. Next, the word motion. What do you mean by motion? In class 9, you have studied about motion. It is simply the change in position of an object with respect to time. Then, how can you know whether the object has changed its position or not? To know about or To specify about the position of the object, we must know about the reference point and set of axes. Generally, in geometry, the x, y and z coordinates we take as set of axes and their intersection point is called as a reference point. The intersection point of the set of axes is called as reference point. Also, it is also called as origin. Here, if the coordinates of x, y and z changes, then we can say the object is in motion. Otherwise, it is in rest. For one-dimensional object, we need only one axis. For two-dimensional object, we need two axes. And similarly, for three-dimensional motion, we need three axes. And all these set of axes with elongate set of axes elongate clock is called as frame of reference. Okay. Next, the topic is path length. Also called as distance. To know about this, we draw a number line. Suppose this is the point O, 20, 50, this is the number line having difference 20 and as it is the distance, it is denoted by meter. Suppose in the first case the car starts its motion from point O to Q. Then the distance between O to Q is 80 meter. So the path length of the car in the first case is 80 meter. And in the second case, the car moves O to Q and then again comes back to P. So here in the first interval it covers 80 meter and in the second interval it again covers 40 meter, that is 120 meter. So from here we know that path length is the total path covered by the object. So the definition is total path covered by the object is called path length or distance. Next, its SI unit is meter denoted by small m. Other units are kilometer, millimeter, centimeter, etc. Here its dimensional formula is m0 l1 t0 as it is a length. Here this is the scalar quantity. is a scalar quantity because it has magnitude. It has magnitude but no direction. Clear? Next is displacement. Is denoted by delta x. Displacement is defined as the difference between initial and final position of an object. Suppose x1 and x2 are the initial and final position during time t1 and t2 respectively, then displacement delta x is equal to x2, which is your final position, minus x1 means initial position. Now if x2 is greater than x1, then delta x is positive. If x1 is greater than x2, then delta x is negative. And if x1 is equal to x2, then delta x is 0. So from this we know that displacement can be positive, can be negative, or can be 0. Now the SI unit of displacement is same as distance, that is meter. Other units are kilometer, millimeter, centimeter, etc. Okay? Now its dimensional formula also same as distance, that is m0 l1 t0. It is a vector quantity as it has both magnitude and direction. Clear? Now if we see the difference between distance and displacement, then we can write as distance is a scalar quantity as it has no direction, whereas displacement is a vector quantity as it is both magnitude and direction. And the second point is distance is always positive, whereas displacement may be positive, may be negative, or may be 0. These two are main points or main difference between distance and displacement. Now, the motion can also be denoted or represented in a graphical method. Suppose the object is in rest. If the object is at rest, then the graph will be like this. This is x, this is t, and the graph will be a straight line parallel to time axis. And now, if the object is in uniform motion means that is the object covers equal distance in equal interval of time. The graph will be like this, that is x, this is t, and this is the graph which is in straight line inclined to the time axis. And for non-uniform motion, that is if the object does not cover equal distance in equal interval of time, then we can say that is the motion is in non-uniform motion, and the graph will be like this, x, t, extended graph. Yeah.